Hello, I'm Will. I'm here with Mike. We're the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
And welcome to issue 9 of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms magazine. This issue comes with 3 Stormcast Eternals Sequitors and 2 Castigators. And this is in fact a single sprue from the Soul Wars box. And as always, if you want to skip straight ahead to the battle report, there'll be a time code in the description. But having a look inside the issue, got some more information about the equipment and markings of the Stormcast Eternals, so things like their chamber designation and how their rank and conclave and things are indicated, and retinue and all the subdivisions. And then over the page we've got some more things about how different colours identify different chambers and different retinues within a conclave, and also some honorifics, how their shields are designed, and some markings for the different conclaves within a Stormhost, which have different roles. Then we have information on the legions of Nagash. Now, of course, Nagash's armies are bigger than simply the Nighthaunt. It includes all sorts of other undead creatures. He can't be everywhere at once, so he has his 3 primary lieutenants, the Mortarchs. Here we've got the Legion of Night, the Legion of Sacrament, and the Legion of Blood, each led by a different Mortarch, and they have slightly different roles and turns to them depending on the task at hand. Then some more fiction, the Valley of Bones. So this is another short story, the Stormcast Eternals facing off against the Nighthaunt. Build instructions now for the new Stormcast Eternals. You don't need to use glue to put these models together, they do push together, though again if you want a stronger bond, glue can be useful. They don't come with moulded bases though, so if you want to make them match you might have to do some work to do that. And then painting them is the same as with the previous Stormcast Eternals, so painting them gold, wash and then dry brush on the armour, and then adding blue and white in the places indicated as we've done for the previous ones, so the finished models will look something like that. And also coming with this issue is this fold-out section, which contains 2 things. There's the first, on this side we've got the Cosmos Arcane, which is describing the 8 realms and how they link together. And there's also something about Sigmar's travels through the mortal realms after he arrived in them, and the Age of Myth, which is where Sigmar found himself in the mortal realms after the destruction of the world that was, introduced himself to the natives essentially and taught them things and how to improve their civilization. There's a double-page spread here talking more about that and how during the Age of Myth most of the gods worked together to accomplish tasks and make the mortal realms flourish like they'd never done before. Anyway, that's it for this issue overview, so we'll get on to our playthrough straight away.
So into our mission for this issue, the Stormcast Eternals are still searching through the various tombs for magical artifacts, and once again stumbled across some more Nighthaunt, and our new rules that we need to learn is saves. So usually models have some sort of armour, or maybe they're really agile, or some sort of supernatural ability that means that they won't, even if they take a wound, they might survive somehow. So you can see the Sequitors have a 4+ save, and it says here the Chain Rasp have a 4+ save. This should be incorrect, and it is corrected in later issues. It should really be a 5+ save. They aren't that tough. We're going through the usual attack sequence, but once you've made your hits and wounds, your opponent rolls 1 dice for each wound you've taken, and then if they roll equal to or higher than their save, they've made a successful save and that wound is negated. So as you see in the example, if the Chain Rasp roll, it says 4 here, it should be 5, and then the wound is negated and the Chain Rasp don't take any damage. But other than that, it's pretty much the same as we've done before. Usual piling in, rolling to hit, rolling to wounds, and so on. Keep going until one side is wiped out. And at the back, we have updated war squads for some war units, so we can have a go with them. So you can see the Banshees and the Gladebrace Stalkers and the Castigators also will have 4+ saves. So we'll get into our first game, which will be the Sequitors versus the Chain Rasps, and maybe we'll mix it up later on. So here we have our battlefield laid out again, more forays into the tomb in search of magical treasure, although Anastasia has found 2 more Sequitors to go with her this time, and the Sequitors will get to go first, and it's following the usual procedure, so they start off, they get to pile in 3 inches, because they're already engaged.
Yeah, the example of the magazine seems to think I can only get 2 of these in, but that's definitely not true, so I make sure I pile these 2 in like that, and the outside ones can go 3 inches and be in base contact.
Definitely be able to get 4 people in.
Because of course we still don't know about weapon range, so they have to be in base contact, but Anastasia won't be able to join in. And then we just proceed as we have before for the moment, 8 attacks hitting on 3s. That is 5 hits.
And wounding on 3s as well.
There's 3 wounds.
And I get to make 3 saves, and these are 5+ saves. I know the magazine says 4+, but that is a typo, and we do know that it is 5+, it's actually corrected in the later issue. I've got 3 5+ saves. Oh, I made 2, so only 1 chain rasp takes any damage, so 1 chain rasp is removed. And now it's my turn, so I get to pile in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain rasps in melee. Well, I've only got 12 dice, so I'll reroll 2 misses. So 14 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wow, that was a good roll. So there's 3 misses from the first 12, and 2 more. Oh, they both missed, so it's 9 hits in total. Wounding on 4s. That's still good, that's 6 wounds.
And now I get to roll my saves, and these are 4+, so everyone will negate a wound. That's not great, that's 4 wounds.
4 damage goes through, so that'll be 2 dead Sequitors.
I will take the ones off either end. Doesn't.
That's my turn, so it's back to the Sequitor turn.
And these 2 are already in base contact, but the one who isn't can pile in round, get in base contact with somebody. So now we've got 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. Trying to put them on the box, that's 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. 5 wounds this time.
5 wounds. 5 plus saves. Well, I made 2 again, but 3 chain rasps will die. 2 off the back. And then it's back to my turn, so as usual we pile in. We've got 6 chain rasps left, so 12 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Oh, not so good. 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
And 4+ to save it, which I have, so I don't take any damage from that. Now we get to hit back, hitting on 3s, 4 hits, wounding on 3s, 3 wounds.
5 plus save. Made 1, failed 2, so 2 chain rasps die. We've got 4 chain rasps left, 8 attacks hitting on 4s, 3 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound again.
4+ save. Nope, failed this time, so a Sequitor takes a wound, put it on this one.
Back to the Sequitors.
Still got 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, 5 hits, wounding on 3s, 5 wounds.
5 plus. I made 2, failed 3, so we're down to 1 chain rasp. All down to you, buddy. 2 attacks hitting on 4s, missed.
I've still got 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, 5 hits again. Wounding on 3s, 4 wounds. Can he make 4 5+ saves? Yep.
No, only made 1, so last chain rasp dies. Victory for the Sequitors. So we'll probably do this one again, and then maybe we'll do some more with different ones. So we'll do another round of this scenario, and Stormcast will go first again.
So we'll pile in as we did before. We've got 8 attacks on 3s. 7 hits this time. Wounding on 3s. No, not so good, only 3 wounds.
3 5 pluses. Oh, made 2.
Yeah.
Once again, 1 chain rasp dies, and it'll be that one.
Pile in the same.
Pile in. Yep, pretty much like that. So we've got 7 in base contact, so 14 attacks, hitting on 4s. We've got 2 more from I don't have dice, which also missed. So that's 6 hits, wounding on 4s, 3 wounds. 3
4+ saves, failed 1, so a Sequitor will take a wound. I'll put it on this one down here. Actually, no, I won't. I'll put it on Anastasia's Star Strike because she can't actually attack. Well, I get to pile in again, but Anastasia can't actually get round the side. Her base is too big, so she'll just stay there because she can't get into base contact. So we've got another 8 attacks, hitting on 3s, 7 hits again, wounding on 3s. That is 4 this time.
5 plus saves. Made 1, failed 3, so 3 dead chain rasps, so the 2 unengaged. And do that one. So we've got 6 remaining in base contact, so 12 attacks hitting on 4s, 4 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, yeah, we're back to that.
4+ save, yeah, made it. So it'll be 8 attacks again, hitting on 3s, 5, 6 hits, wounding on 3s, oh dear, only 2, that's not a good roll.
5 plus, nope, made neither, so 2 more dead chain rasps. Down to 4, so 8 attacks, hitting on 4s, 5 hits, and wounding on 4s, oh, 4 wounds.
4+ saves, failed 2. 1 model goes down, with a wounded one obviously. Put the wound on that one. I still have 8 attacks in return, because I've still got 4 models. That's not a good roll, only 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, 2.
5 plus saves, made neither, so 2 more dead chain rasps. And we've got 4 attacks back from the remaining 2, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds.
4+ saves, made 1, failed 1, so the wounded Sequitor will go down. Then the unengaged one will pile in. We're down to 6 attacks on 3s, oh dear, 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 1 wound.
5 plus, nope, so he'll die. 2 attacks from the remaining chain of mass on 4s. They both hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
Save. Failed it. Put a wound on 1. And we're at 6 attacks back. Hitting on 3s. So 3 hits. And now 3 wounds.
3, 5 plus. No. Triple dead. Another victory for the Stormcast. We did a bit better in that round, but we'll use a couple of different models in the next game, I think. So we set up the Sequitors against the Myrmidon Banshees. So we'll let the Banshees go first, because they're a bit outnumbered and they might need the advantage. We get to pile in, so that Banshee there can pile in into this Sequitor. You do need to stay within an inch at the end of the model in the unit, so we'll have to pile in like that. The Banshees have 1 attack each, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, and wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds.
I do get my 4+ saves, because we don't know about modifiers to armor saves yet. Oh, well, get them both in the box. That is 2 saves. Well, we'll pile in like that. The one in the middle won't be able to get into base contact again. So we've only got 8 attacks on 3s. That is 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
Banshees have a 4+ save, so 2 4+s. Made on failed ones, so 1 Banshee will die. Guess we'll take away this one at the end. Back to the Banshees, you've got 3 attacks from the remaining ones, hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Yes, 4+ save. Nope.
It's a D3 damage. 3.
So that will take out a Sequitor, and we'll get rid of the one in the middle who can't pile in, and put a wound on this one. That one can pile in. 8 attacks again on 3s. 4 hits, wounding on 3s. 3.
3 4+s. Made 2 failed ones, so another Banshee will die. 2 attacks on the remaining Banshees. 1 hit, which wounds.
4+. Nope, so...
D3 damage again. 2.
The wounded one goes down, and another wound transfers. 6 attacks back on 3s. 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. 4 wounds.
4 4+ saves. Well, made 2, but failed the other 2, and the last 2 Banshees will die. Another victory for the Stormcast. So we'll do another round of this, and then we'll change up the models again. So once again, Banshees will go first, and we'll pile in pretty much the same way as we did last time. We've got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounds on the 3, which it does.
4+ save. Yes. And I'll also pile in as I did before, basically. And 8 attacks on 3s. 7 hits. Wounding on 3s. 5 wounds.
5 4+ saves. Whoop, failed 3, so all but 1 of the Banshees die. She has 1 attack hitting on 4, and she hits. Wounds on a 3, she does.
4+ save. Nope.
D3 damage. 2.
So that'll take out. I'll take out the Sequitor at the end because it won't be able to pile in.
Yeah.
Send this one round as far as we can go. No, I'll still only be able to get 1 extra one in. So 1 will have to stand around for support. And then we have 6 attacks on that Banshee. That's 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. 4.
4 4+ saves. Oh, made 2, failed 2, so she dies as well. Right, so we'll do another game with the Castigators and the Glaive Race Stalkers, just to show them off. So here we are, set up for Glaive Race v Castigators, and we're going to let the Glaive Race go first, because they're outnumbered. So we're going to pile in basically the same way as we did with the Banshees. Glaive Race have 2 attacks each, hitting on 4s. An excellent roll, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, 1 wound.
4+ armor save. Made it. But the latest rules we've got for Castigators don't technically allow them to pile in. They don't actually have a combat step.
Right.
They just shoot.
Well, yeah, they don't need to pile in.
They don't need to pile in anyway, but the rules for them are a little bit wonky at the moment. So we have 1 shot each, hitting on 3s, 6s do D3 hits. So that's 2 6s, but 2 misses. Right. So the 2 that were 6s ends up being 5 hits. These wound on 3s, 1.
4+ save for the Glaive Race, which I make. And then we're back to 8 attacks from the Glaive Race, hitting on 4s. Now we're improving, we made 3 hits this time. Wounding on 3s, it's 2 wounds.
4+ armor saves. Failed one, so it doesn't matter which one I put because they all could shoot anyway, so I'll put it over there. And then 5 shots again on 3s, looking for 6s. 5 hits, but no 6s. Wounding on 3s. Oh, that's a bit better, 3 wounds.
4+ saves. Failed them all, so 3 Glaive Race die. 2 attacks from the Survivor. 1 hit. Wounds on a 3, which it does.
An armor save. Nope, failed it, so it does take out a Castigator. Which leaves me with only 4 shots on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
4+. Made it. 2 attacks back. 1 hit. Wounds on 3, which it does.
4+ save. Nope.
Oh, gonna slowly chip away at you.
4 shots on 3s. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
4+. Nope.
Oh.
So Dream died with the last Glaive Wraith. So we'll probably do one more round of this and then recap all of these games. So here we are, round 2 of Glaive Wraiths v Castigators, and it's going to play out pretty much the same way in the beginning. Pile in to get everyone into base contact. Then we have 8 attacks here on 4s. Oh, we made our way up to average now, that's 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
4+. Double 6.
Yep.
No damage. 5 shots in return on 3s. 3 6s and 2 misses.
So it's 3d3 hits.
For 5.
Yeah.
Wounding on 3s. 4 of them do.
4+ saves. Oh, made 3 of them, so only 1 Glaive Wraith dies. We've got 6 attacks back. Hitting on 4s. Right, that's 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Nothing at all.
5 shots then on 3s. Ugh. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. They do.
4+ saves. Make both. 6 attacks back on hitting on 4s. That's 1. Wounds on a 3. Nope.
5 shots. 3 hits, but 2 6s. So 1 hit plus another 4. So 5 hits again. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds.
3 4+ saves. Nope, mate, fell 2, so 2 Glaive Wraiths die. 2 attacks from the Glaive Wraith, gets 1 hit, moves on 3. Oh, he does at last.
And 4+ save, which I've made. 5 shots back at him, hitting on 3s. That's 4 hits and 6. So the D3 hits was 2, so 5 hits again. Very good.
Can't get more than 5.
Nope. Wounding on 3s. 4.
4 pluses. Oh, no, he's dead as well. So I think we'll leave it there, and we'll recap all of these for you now. So those were several games for issue 9 of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms. How did you think those went?
They obviously went fairly well for me because I won all of them, but that is pretty much what big thing we can take away from this issue. Giving all of the Stormcast Eternal models a 4+ save to ignore any hits coming in makes them even more durable than they became when we got the wound step.
Yeah, I mean, it's an extra layer of durability that the Stormcast should have. And even though the Banshees on the Glaive Wraith Stalk is also 4+ saves, they still only have 1 wound.
Yeah, and they're still only hitting on 4s. I mean, the Stormcast being 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, and then having a 4+ save, at least with the rules we had, it's starting to make them superior to most of these things.
I am actually kind of surprised that they only have a 4+ save, but I thought it'd be slightly higher, be a 3+, considering how heavily armoured they are. But I think they have an extra rule we'll probably learn about later that can make them more durable. That sort of makes it.
And I think a lot of the rest of the Stormcast Eternals range do have a 3+, even though some of them appear to be the same armour, so I don't know. Maybe it takes into account martial skill or something.
Yeah, I mean, save is meant to be sort of abstract concept. It's armour, or you're just really good at dodging.
And their shields will give them a bonus as well eventually. I suppose also, when with the Sequitors, it said I should have 5. But given that the game against the Chain Rasp was basically the same as we had a couple of issues ago when we learnt about wounding, and yet I essentially gained more from this issue than you did, because my save is better than yours, having an extra 2 models didn't seem necessary.
Definitely say that 5 Sequitors are better than 10 Chain Rasps.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying, even before we got the rules for saves, 3 Sequitors were able to beat 10 Chain Rasps. Having a better save and having 2 extra models seems a bit unnecessary. And then the Castigators, it didn't say we specify how many to use, but use 5 so we can see the new models. But again, 5 Castigators is quite good.
Yeah, although I did whiff pretty badly with the Glaive Wraiths.
Yeah, you didn't roll very well.
I think I rolled average at best. So.
Yeah. But I suppose that's just the reality of hitting on 4+s sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't go very well.
And adding the extra layer, sometimes you might roll a lot of wounds, but then your opponent might roll a lot of saves, so you don't make as much headway as you think.
Yeah, just like we said when we learned how to wound, by having more steps to everything, it makes jammy dice rolling less effective.
And also interesting how they say that Chain Rasp will have a 4+ save in the magazine when it should be a 5+, which is actually corrected in issue 11, I think, so it's a bit weird. Maybe they thought that they were dying too much, so they bumped it up to a 4+.
Yeah, so I don't know whether... Because it's not just in one place, it says in the turn sequence that they save on a 4+, so whoever wrote this thought that they did indeed have a 4+ save, or they just copy and pasted everything and didn't change it.
Yeah.
We haven't had too many mistakes with this magazine so far, but but given some of the errors in Warhammer 40,000 Conquest, I'm not that surprised. But it is one of those errors that makes you think, does the person writing these rules actually play the game?
And the other thing is that you can actually look up the proper war scrolls for every unit for free, pretty much, by looking them up on the Games Workshop store. You can actually show them.
Or getting the Age of Sigmar app, which has all the war scrolls in it. Anime, we had the choice to either do it as played in the magazine or as it's supposed to be. And we went for as it's supposed to be, just because it seems pointless to do it wrong once and then fix it correctly. Because we tend to go by what the magazine says, but this was clearly just a mistake.
Maybe it was intentional, but since it's corrected fairly soon after, we decided to do that instead. We did get a comment that apparently that isn't the case in the Spanish version of the magazine, so I guess it's just a typo for the English version. If you're getting the magazine in a country other than the UK, tell us if you have that same typo as well. I know the Spanish one doesn't, but we can talk about the new models. This is actually one of the sprues from the Soul Wars big starter box. Pose-wise, fairly similar, some of them, to the easy-to-build ones. It is kind of disappointing that they don't have moulded bases. You just get a plain base, so I just use some green stuff and texture paint to create the cobblestone with the dirt effect. Try and fit them in with the easy-to-build ones, and just to make the bases look more interesting. It is useful to just have bigger units of regular guys. In a larger army, you'll probably need several units of these, So I don't think there's too much more to say about this issue. So if you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe. And leave any comments. If you've been playing these games, tell us how you get on. Otherwise, we've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.